Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Joining me today from the Better Business Bureau right here in southern Wisconsin, it's Tiffany. Tiffany, welcome back to the show. How are you doing today?
I'm great. Thanks for having me today.
Glad you're back here. You just got to listen to my son destroy about everything over in the corner there, and you actually got to see the corner, which we share stories every time we come on. We share a little bit of stories on what the kids have done this go around. But today we're gonna include everybody in the talk with kids in Santa app. This year, Santa going virtual. We just did a virtual event here in the city of Fitchburg with Santa, a hired Santa, and making sure that everything was real and ready to go. But this year, more than ever, when we're talking about apps and being safe, you got to really take some steps. And Tiffany, tell us what we're talking about today.
There's a lot of Santa apps out there. You can talk to Santa, you can track Santa, you can watch Santa feed his reindeer. You can even show Santa in your house. However, before you go ahead and download those, you want to be careful. And the first thing that you want to do is look for a privacy policy. What is that app doing with your personal information? So really read through that, look for it. If it's not there, it's probably a red flag that you shouldn't be downloading that app.
Yeah, and privacy policies can be hard to find, I'm guessing, when you're looking for those. How do you find or know that it's legit?
A lot of times it'll be right on the terms and conditions. So not only do you have to read that, but you can also do some Googling as well. Just Google the name of the app, scams, Google the name of the app, complaints. So really read what other consumers have to say. Sometimes within the app, you'll even be able to read those complaints and read those reviews before you even download it. So if it's a free app, there may be a few more bugs with it and a few more permissions with it than if it's a paid app. So really know what you're downloading before you go ahead and download it. And make sure you know what information they're collecting about your child too. A free app is going to probably collect more information than a paid app, but it may also be collecting information to target you later too. So really know what you're doing.
Yeah, and we're speaking of setting permission and requirements. Talk about the app. A lot of these free apps are, have in-app purchases and things like that. What can we watch out for?
So the parent has to approve those in-app purchases. You want to make sure that they're password protected so that your child just can't download those and, a month later you receive your bank statement and you see all these charges. So make sure that that is password protected. So number one thing to do. So, and then those in-app purchases too, what are they collecting on your child? Are they collecting data? You're going to want to know about that as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And when we're looking at thinking before downloading, sort of seems is something we've talked about, just thinking before you're doing any of this stuff. What really should we have in mind when we're really going to download these apps?
Well, what ads are they going to show you as well? If it's a free app, you're going to get some ads targeted at you. And those ads may not be child appropriate either. So you really want to pay attention to what your child is doing within these apps and be next to them when they're using them. Don't just give them the iPad, give them the phone to let them, go play on their own. You want to make sure that you're an involved parent and know exactly what's going on with this app before you hand it on over.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. Being with with your children when they are using those devices, certainly a huge piece of this. Overall, is BBB receive a lot of complaints related to these sort of apps in general, where people are downloading free apps and then just getting hit with malware, getting hit with or didn't know they were purchasing something or something like that. What are you guys collecting over there?
Of course, all of this information does filter down, and we do get some complaints about it. But we want to be forward with you too, and we want to let you know that these are things to look for before you go ahead and download it. We want you to be proactive. We don't want you to be reactive, after something happens. If something does happen, please report it to our BBB Scam Tracker tool. You can do that at bbb.org/scam tracker. You can either report a scam or you can look at the scams that are going on in your area. And if something happens within these apps, please report it to us. We want to know about it.
Yeah, and there's definitely, I like the tip that you had mentioned too about reading into these and definitely finding out some more information. I think that to me is the way that I do the research when I'm looking up apps. I read the reviews and try to go to the websites to find more information, and I think that's just a really good tip.
And bottom line, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is too good to be true.
Hey, that might be the best place to leave this interview. If it is too good to be true, it probably is. And finally, I'm just going to throw it out there because I know that it's part of this. If you're going to end up paying for one of these and, you know, you're like, well, I'll use my credit card. And then they're like, well, what about paying in a gift card? Do you see any red flags there, Tiffany?
You always want to pay with a credit card. Credit card is going to give you additional protections that other forms of payment do not. If something goes wrong, you're not responsible for the charge. So if you pay with gift card and there is something wrong or you want to cancel the subscription and they're not working in your favor, you're going to have a harder time doing that. So always pay with a credit card, especially when it comes to something like this.
Absolutely. All right, Tiffany, thank you so much for the tips. Have a happy holiday, and we'll look forward to sharing a couple more great tips from you coming up this month.
Thanks for having me.
You bet. Tiffany helping us out from Better Business Bureau. Check out the website for more information. They got a whole bunch of things, and Tiffany's so great at sharing press releases with us each and every day, and we try to get those out as well. So they've got everything when it comes to keeping you safe out there. All right, take a quick break. More to come. You're watching Talking Fitchburg.